Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Now, I've been waiting to make this video for honestly the past few weeks, but I wanted the full 2 month period to pass. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but essentially it's me just going over my whole journey and everything I've learned, all the mistakes I've made that you guys, should not make. And just I'm honestly going to be dropping a lot of valuable information in this, and it might be a little bit longer than usual, but I promise you it'll be worth it. If 20 minutes of you listening to me could change your life, then I don't think that's a big thing to ask for. Now, this channel that you guys are looking at is the channel I started on February the 9th, okay? And I'm gonna go over like every small detail, starting with that this was not an aged channel, okay? This was a, I had the email, it wasn't like a new email, but there was no challenge. I didn't I didn't warm it up or anything. I honestly just started to post. That's really it. I wish I could remember more. I don't know if I maybe watched a video or two on it to like warm it up, but I didn't like warm it up. It was 0 subscribers, brand new channel like I created, and I just started posting. And honestly, within the first day, like my first short, or the first day was 22 views, but after that, like my first full day is 11,000. Which is pretty crazy, because I actually started 2 to 3 new channels in the past week, and all of them are kind of like stuck in this weird, they're not hitting the algorithm. So I'm trying to figure out what went wrong there. But anyways, on topic. And actually, before I get into more details, in the last 2 months, we've done 93 million views, 800,000 watch hours, 52,000 subscribers, and we've made over 9.3K Canadian. Plus, 2 weeks into this channel, I was able to get a music deal that has generated us, let me check actually, that has generated us around 1.8K USD. So that's probably 2.5K. So I would say around $12,000. 2 months, $12,000, not bad. And the best part is most of this money, I mean, we just got monetized literally, what is that, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So most of the money just came in the past 2 weeks, which goes to show, this one concept of like delayed gratification. So like, I put in the work for almost a month and a half with 0 results, $0 essentially earned. And then in the last 2 weeks, it's been, going crazy. So yeah, I just started posting, and I decided one thing, and that was just, to be consistent. Like no matter what, I wanted to get out 1 post a day. And in the past 2 months, I have not missed a single day. I've posted every single day at the exact time. Okay. Now going into the topic of, do I just post it or do I just schedule my shorts? With this specific channel, I've been scheduling them. 90% of them, I schedule because today I might make like 2-3 shorts, and I'll just schedule them ahead every day for that exact time. So I've been scheduling them, and I actually documented the whole journey when I created this channel. So for those of you guys who don't know, the channel you're watching on, if you go back like 2-ish months, you'll see like a 5-part series. And that was actually a series I did when I found this channel. I actually showed my whole process of like researching and finding a niche, and branding the channel, how to find viral ideas for the channel, and even all the way up to like posting my first short on this channel. And just to give you like I guess a rundown, the ranking niche at the time was not that popular, and I just followed like the same framework that I always do to find a good niche. And there was a few niches to choose from, but the ranking niche just met all the criteria. And that includes something I can create better than what is being offered by, my competitors. So I knew that there was like, I saw, I guess the quality of content my competitors were uploading, and I knew I could make it better in some way, even if it's just a little bit better. Better is better, right? So I knew that I could do that. I knew I could be consistent with it, which was number 2. It can't be something that's like based off like a trend. It was just something that's, I can upload once a day. It's never gonna kind of run out. That's number 2. Number 3, what was it? What did I say already? Oh yeah, gap. Oh yeah, number 3, the most important thing is there demand for it, right? Is it viral? Is this a trend? So the best way to do this is like, you want to find 5 small channels that are kind of blowing up, right? And if you scroll on your feed for enough time and you react with enough like similar channels, you'll start to see primarily, channels that you want to see. So what I mean is, when I started scrolling on an incognito shorts tab and I saw a ranking page, I would interact with it. And then after 10 minutes of interacting with all ranking pages, my whole feed was just ranking pages. And I saw a bunch of smaller channels that had like 5 videos, 10 videos, 20 videos get like millions of views. So I knew that there was a lot of demand, and I knew I could, make the content better. Plus, it was something I could be consistent with. So it kind of checked off all the boxes, and I just got started, really. And how I figured out my first few ideas was I made a Google Doc, and I still do this to this day. I made a Google Doc with 5 to 10 of the best channels in that niche that I could find. And by best, I don't mean like the biggest channels, but you really want to focus on like smaller channels that are getting views way more than their like sub count. So maybe a channel that started 2 weeks ago that has 20,000 subscribers, but like he's banging out millions of views. Like that's a really good channel to like follow. And I used what worked for them, like their outlier videos, which are videos that just perform a lot better than, you know, their other videos. So like for my channel, these are like outlier videos, you know, 45 million, 25 million, 10 million, whereas like my average view might be like 100K. So I looked at their outlier videos and I used the same ideas. So if it was like, I don't know, what's this, hibachi moments, like ranking the best hibachi moments, right? Like it probably popped off for one of my competitors. I would use the same ideas, but I would use different clips and obviously my editing style to make it unique to my channel. And I essentially just did that. And as you guys can tell, like even though the line looks pretty slim, like 100K views in a day, you know, 2 weeks into it, at least for me, was like pretty big. You know, like I guess I didn't really get to this crazy of a point, and I just really knew that it could work out. Plus, once you hit 1 million views in the last 28 days, you're able to get that music deal. So I was already making a few dollars a day. So I was like, you know what? Let's keep going. It was a positive trajectory, and you know, eventually after like 25, you know, after over a month, I got my first super viral video, which just blew up, and then it kind of creates that snowball effect. And like when you're uploading shorts and you're trying to get into this is what you're looking for. You're looking for that one mega viral video, which just brings so much, you know, traction to your channel. And I finally got that, you know, after over a month of consistently posting, making my content better, following trends and, you know, viral ideas, you know, it really blew up. And again, obviously after every high, there's a little bit of a low, and then boom, what happens? Another high, another low. And then, yeah, lately we just had a 12 million view day, which is crazy. And naturally with another high, there's another low, but I'm not going to be surprised if we start to pick up things, which it looks like we are as of right now. So yeah, it's been a pretty crazy journey. Again, this is just the beginning. You know, my goal has always been to hit that 100K, get that plaque, but I'm a bit scared because it is faceless content. So I don't know if YouTube's going to be a little weird about it, but I'm honestly very blessed I was able to get monetized, which is a very big thing because in the ranking niche, probably like 1 out of 10 channels are monetized. And the reason is most people just don't transform their content enough. I actually edit, you know, all my content. There's so many effects I add, transitions, you know, etc. And like things you can do to, you know, I guess not get flagged for reused content. But another thing I want to talk about, which, you know, after I started posting and sharing my journey over these past 2 months, over 1,000 new channels in this niche have been created. And I've reviewed over 100 of them, and like nobody else, maybe like 1 out of like 20 people have been finding success with it. And the reason is that, guys, like if you're one of those 1,000 channels that started in this niche, you know, after you saw my videos, just know that you're competing with 1,000 other people. And I've seen like almost 80% of the videos are pretty low quality compared to other channels that are already popping in the niche, right? So it's like, yes, it worked out for me, but you have to remember, like, I also failed 5 channels before this because I made the same mistake as you. I literally didn't do my own niche research for like what's working out at the time. And I just looked at some other guy's video who was showing that, like, you know, he made X amount of money, whatever, and he was blowing up in like the food niche. I've mentioned this a lot. And I uploaded for like 3 months and I didn't make a single dollar from that. So this time I was like, okay, let me do my own research. Now that I know what a good niche is, right, I'm going to, you know, do that. And that's what I did. And it's, you know, it's still on my channel. You can go back and see me like find this niche essentially. So I recommend you guys do the same. The ranking niche is still very big, but what people are doing and where people are finding success now, and I've actually started a channel of my own as well, it's a sub niche, okay? So what most of you guys have been doing over the past 2 months is just basically copying me and like copying all these other channels. So what's happening is like it's getting oversaturated with a bunch of similar content, and most of it is low quality, which is why most of you guys aren't getting those results, okay? And I've talked about this. People say like, oh, like I've seen some negative comments about like, you know, what's low quality, what's high quality. Essentially what that means is like even like the smallest difference will put you, you know, in a position of high or low quality, right? Like whether it's the transition, even one transition, even though it takes 1 minute, it makes a big difference, right? So again, I'm not saying it's a bad niche because, you know, I'm not trying to gatekeep it, because if I wanted to gatekeep this niche, I literally didn't have to post, or even I don't have to post right now. My goal since day one has been to motivate and inspire you guys and like show you that anything is possible and give you the best advice while doing so. And I'm being completely honest. I swear I've started 3 different channels already, okay? Because I know, like I see that the timing of this niche, you know, and as far as it goes for luck, which a lot of you guys, you know, not a lot, but there's always like some haters here and there. And people just say, okay, you know, he got lucky. So what I like to say is like, yes, luck plays a big role, right? But if you're not putting in the work, if you're not grinding, if you're not failing learning, luck will never come into play. Like if I didn't fail the channel before this, right? Or the 10 channels before that, because I've been doing this for years, how would I get lucky this time, right? Of course, you only see this channel blowing up, but you don't see the 100 others that failed. So yeah, I mean, luck plays a part, but it really comes down to you just putting in the work, and eventually luck will come in. But yeah, guys, I mean, my whole point with this is like, do your research, find a good niche, right? Try to find something that's not already being done by like 1,000 people. And I actually found this really good idea. It's like a niche that's blowing up on Instagram and TikTok and not on YouTube. And I started and I made a video about that, right? We're going to see how it goes. It's just about testing, learning, growing. So I would say if you still want to go with the ranking niche, I would say sub niche it down. I went over a channel who's doing like 20 million views or something, or 10 million views like a day. And he's doing like cartoon ranking videos, or like, movies like Angry Birds, Cars, and like it's been blowing up. And a lot of other cartoon channels have been going super crazy. Like this one subscriber of mine has 50K subs in the last 2 weeks, and he's uploading ranking clips of like one cartoon only. So you can literally do like a SpongeBob based channel, for example, because the ranking content itself, the niche is huge, but the problem is general ranking, there's just too much, and like the demand for it is so much less now. So that's why smaller channels are super, I guess, struggling. But yeah, that's what I would say. Hopefully you guys want to take my advice. If you don't, then you don't have to. Good luck to you. That's all I have to say. We're all in this together. We're grinding. And I'm just very happy and grateful to be in the position I'm in. But obviously it's been, years of work. So this is my 2-month progress journey, whatever you want to call it. I have some big news. So few things. The channels that I've started, I'm going to be sharing them once they get to like, once they start to blow up and go viral, because I don't want to instantly oversaturate it, because obviously now my channel is so big that if I share what I'm uploading on my other channels, it's instantly going to be copied by like 1,000 people, which I don't have a problem with, but I obviously, want to have that leverage or that head start because it's only fair to me. But I've given you guys how, you could find your own niches. So it's really to the point of like you just having to put in the work and not just like wait for handouts in a sense. It's not that hard, to be honest. It's more just like actually putting in the work and willing to do it. And some of you have, so shout out to you guys. Other than that, I just want to say, you guys want to get yourself a music deal, which if you don't know by now, you use a company's music, YouTube pays them, they give you a 50-50 split, and you can earn money passively by just using their music, and you don't even have to be monetized on YouTube. Over 200 of you guys have already joined in the past week. So, you guys are already printing. Shout out to you guys. If you guys want to join, you can apply down below. There are some criteria you have to be eligible for, but if you're eligible, you get an email back within the next few days. Other than that, my Discord should be live by now, which is gonna be the best, if not already is the best YouTube Shorts, YouTube anything community. You can connect with other people in similar situations with yourself, which is kind of how I've created the model. So if you're doing 1 million views a day, you'll be able to specifically talk to people doing 1 million views a day as well. I'm going to be dropping some gems on my Discord. Going to be a lot more active there. So if you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and comment ranking down below. This channel changed my life. It really showed me that anything is possible, but this is just the beginning. I'm super excited. Other than that, if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below and subscribe, because 10K is coming soon. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.